Welcome, Falcon fans. You already know what it is. Birthday boy, the birthday boy.
What's good, people? What's good?
Technical difficulties. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Here we go. Here we
There it
go.
is.
One time for the fan. We good? Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
Here we go, man. I'm over here hitting the wrong button. I'm like the producer. I'm the engineer. I'm the podcaster. Jack Spade.
The janitor.
Master of all trades. The janitor. God, not the sneak this.
Sheesh. You already know Buddy's coming with the heat tonight when he pulls up with the NWO shirt on.
Well, you know.
You already know it's going down.
Y'all looking for new members. I remember them back in the day. NWO too. Remember that joint? Sweet. Boy, everybody in the chat, y'all know about the NWO. I mean, come on. Y'all know about WWE and WWF. I must say, before we get to Chase and Bodie, real quick, talking about wrestling, man, like in the past, when the WCW and the WCW and WWF, when the invasion happened, man, that was one of the wildest times in my life, man. Just watching sports and entertainment, just watching like a group of wrestlers that you've seen on one broadcast go to the other broadcast during the show and cause chaos. Like shit was just, you were watching at 8:05. Kevin Nash and them is on one channel. By 8:45, they on the other channel.
Yep.
Already at the other arena, going ham.
That's the heyday, all kinds of views. That's the wrestling heyday, bro.
Boy, that was the heyday, man. I'm talking about back in the day. But Falcon fans, welcome to another podcast. Welcome to another episode of One Time for the Fan. I'm your boy Jack Spade. You already know what it is, and you already know what it do. Got my homies here with me. Chase 1000 in the building. Yes, Bodie. I don't know if you heard the past podcast from my boy Chase.
It's really a new world order.
My boy Chase said he 1000 out here.
What
do you think, Bodie? Chase 1000?
Hey man, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
God. Chase, the birthday boy. Last week was Bodie's birthday. Now we're on to another week, another great day here in the world. Chase's birthday. Chase, what's up? And shout out to many of you who might know people who have birthdays. Happy birthday to y'all too. I don't know y'all that well. I know this young man right here who's on the podcast with us. His name is Chase. How's everything going, sir? Happy birthday to you, Chase. And
happy birthday, bro.
Did you finish the yard today?
Appreciate it, dog, man. I'm blessed, man. Hit 25. I know it's still young, but still kind of getting old. So definitely blessed. Had a good birthday day. You know, went ate dinner with the family. Went and saw the grandma. So definitely a good day, man. Just been chilling, having a good time.
Everything look different over there. There's a lot going on.
He's at work.
It's the lighting. Two,
he's in the back of the box truck.
What the hell happened to all this shit?
Tell Preston to start the truck. Tell Preston to start the truck. Hey, let me hear the engine. God. One time for the fans. Shout out to them Hawks. We hope they can get it done tonight.
Yeah,
last time we talked to y'all the other night, some boys then came out here with the dub skis on our pop-up show.
I'm eating cereal, so carry on.
One time for the fan. Got my boy Bodie 3000 in the building. Chase celebrated, brother, up until 12, and it goes to the next day and then celebrate it again, man. Because you know it's all about having a good time, especially when it's your birthday, man. But Bodie, 3000. What's your wrestling name? Like if you got in the ring, what would we call you? The mechanic or something?
No, that's what we
the gardener.
Call you the janitor. Call me the I don't know.
The greaser. He's the greaser.
No,
the greaser.
Nah, the eater.
I'm into the ring from Columbus, Georgia. Oh, greaser.
That's crazy.
Bodie just comes walking out.
Hey, y'all.
How's everything on your side, 3000?
Fuck y'all, I'm hungry.
Shit. Got to drop $1 in the pot for that. One time for the fan, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. We got a lot going on to talk about tonight. Sorry, we're starting the podcast after 8. I know our scheduled time is Sunday at 8 or either Wednesday at 8. But I was at the Atlanta United game. And Atlanta United, shout out to Atlanta United for coming away with the win. Big win at the end of the game. It was winning 1-0 up until the 89th minute. And then Chicago scored. And then it was like sucked all the air out the stadium. You could hear a pin drop. And then literally 2 minutes later, boom, extra time. Atlanta United gets it done. So they put on for the city. Braves, on the other hand, tough, man. They had him right there going to the end of the game. And I think when they pulled Menor, just went. Hey,
we've been on a good win streak here for a while. You know, we do a L. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, it happens in baseball, happens in all different type of sports, but there are some teams out here putting on for the city. Shout out to United, shout out to the Braves. Hawks right here down by 8. As you can see, I keep looking over here because I'm always representing, but I'm always talking Falcons football too, so let's go ahead and get straight to it. Chat is lit. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Where you checking in from? All the Falcons groups that's in here today. Falcons Rise Up Family, Falcons Nation, Falcons Die Hard Family, Falcons everything, man. There's so many groups out there. Shout out to everybody from One Time for the Atlanta Falcons, the group that we have too as well. People that's listening on Spotify when the show will be posted later, Apple Podcasts when it's posted later, YouTube if you're watching now, Twitter if you're checking it out. Man, we have so many destinations, Stitcher and radio podcast. It's so many places, man. Just type One Time for the Fan there. But Deshaun is up in the chat. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We want to talk Falcons football. We are days away from the draft. And that's why y'all get see it on the description and the title. We can say, man, we're going to talk Falcons football. There's nothing else to go over right now but what the Falcons are doing. And what are your thoughts about the Atlanta Falcons? So bring your questions to the chat. We're going to answer them. We do have some things to go over here. But Deshaun says, Jack Spade, you know he bad about it. Bodie 3000, you know he bad about it. Chase 1000, you know he bad about it. Not the Silk Story. You know he bad about it. Yeah, get some. I know they're going to probably put a yeek in there. I don't know if he had too many characters on his comment, but there should be a yeek in there too as well. Deshaun don't play about that yeek.
Yeah, that's right there.
Yeek
with your blind ass. That's right
there. Yeek, get some.
These damn Hawks, man. I'm all over the place, man. You got to do something out there, man. Put me in the game. I put like
get some glasses.
Man, come on, man. There you go, 3-ball, man. Man, you put me in the game, man. I score like 60 on Boston, man. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on my basketball days. Bro. Don't get me started on my basketball days. Y'all heard about my football career, throwing 80 on the run. Kenny's out here. Say what's up, fellas? Your boy K from Boston. Super excited. Can't wait for the draft. I'll be rocking a different Falcons gear every day until Thursday. Repping hard for all these Pat fans around here. Know we coming. That is so tough.
Face,
Kenny.
I know they be talking shit.
Kenny, let me tell you something, man. Put this comment back on the screen. Falcon fans, bring your questions to the chat. Bring your comments to the chat. We're going to talk about everything tonight. We got enough time. Yeah. Listen to what Kenny's telling y'all right here. This man is in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Wearing his Falcons gear. Right? You know how big this is for Kenny to see this team come out here and compete and get some and get some wins this season and hopefully get a Super Bowl and talk shit back to that fan base because they have the one up on us. Some people would say, nah, man, that's AFC. We don't care about them. They do their own thing. Man, they don't even make me go back to that game. So they're going to talk hella shit. And if we play them next year in New England or the year after New England, the year after, they're going to talk hella shit. It's going to go on forever, bro. This is going on forever, Falcons fans. This is not going to happen. It's not going to stop because Brady's gone. You're going to go into that stadium 10 years from now and see somebody with the damn sign on the front row somewhere just to remind people who was there that day. And Kenny, a diehard Falcons fan, is out here putting on his Falcons gear, still repping hard in a sports town that doesn't like other teams living in their sports town. You feel what I'm saying? They got the Celtics, they got the Red Sox, they got the Bruins, they got the Patriots. They got enough championships over there in that little. I don't want to get to it.
Look. It's hard for Kenny because, I mean, only way we can ever avenge that game is beat them in the Super Bowl. And I don't know when the hell that's going to happen again.
Could avenge the story by beating them in the Super Bowl, but it also you can counter it by also just winning a Super Bowl. So if anybody talks shit, you can just say, "Aha, we still got ours though. We still got ours." They would be like, "Yeah, you could have two," but like, "All right, well, who cares? We got ours."
Yeah,
you got to win one so that way you can combat some type of story. But right now, it's looking like this next stretch, Chase. this next stretch, Bodie, of Falcons football, there could be a Super Bowl in here.
Oh, yeah.
We're not talking 2012. Falcon fans in the chat, you were here with me. We're not talking 2012. We're not talking 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17. We're talking about 2023, 2024, 2025. This next stretch of years,
Yes,
we can see
we said it on the podcast. 2026.
Yeah.
I said before 2027.
2026 is my prediction. That's just what I think.
So you want them to win now. But if you're giving the predictions like for later on, like for me, if I say I want them to win in 2025 when we go play in New Orleans in the Superdome, that would be dope because it's a stomp on the Saints and you're winning it down there. But then I gotta wait. But then I gotta wait a whole year, another year to get to that. So I'm like, nah, I think we can win it this year. Yeah, but then again, I'm with it.
Just get the damn thing.
Just get the damn thing.
Just get it, man.
One time for the fan, Red Swarms in the chat. He said, what's good, one-timers? Hashtag one-timers. Hashtag the fan club. One time for the fan. We lit every Sunday, 8 p.m. It came on a little bit late tonight, 8:30, but it's all right. We got time. We rocking out. Pamela Johnson's in here. She said, hello, fella.
Good, Miss Pamela.
Good morning. Oh, I've said good morning. That's how you know I messed up. Shit.
What's good, Justin?
Good evening.
Told you, Chase. Once he missed that last show last week, it's gonna end up like this. Now we gotta.
Yep.
Like I said, I got my NWO shirt on. I'm on demon time. But all I know is the player that we drafting Thursday gonna be here, and he's gonna help us win the Super Bowl that we're gonna be in. It's gonna be a big part of the Super Bowl that we're gonna win. So,
I got some news for y'all. The player that we talked about recently on the podcast is going to be a Falcon. Yes, because we mentioned all the players who should become a Falcon on draft night, or one of them is going to become a Falcon on draft night. It's very much so. Your Tyree Wilson, your Jalen Carter, your Christian Gonzalez, your Bijan Robinson, your Peter Skronsky. If you want to go to the back of your mock boards, however, your Devin Witherspoons, your Miles Murphy, not Miles Murphy, your Luke Van Ness, the two wide receivers. You would be surprised to see the Falcons do something just outrageous on Thursday, like select, like you said, the kid from Georgia Tech, trade back all the way and get the kid from Georgia Tech, Keon White or something.
Yeah, just trade back, get like 5/3 and get that guy. Yeah, makes sense.
I just see the Falcons making some moves that it's going to be in a positive way over the next couple months to make this team much better. One starts with the draft. And we're going to have a good time this Thursday, y'all. Don't forget our draft show starts at 8 o'clock this Thursday. We're going to have some special guests with us. Some Falcon fans going to be joining us talking Falcons football. And I'm sure everybody wants to see what we got going on. So we're going to go ham on Thursday. We're going to be excited for the pick. Any player that's named, there's no bashing. There's no negative feelings involved, regardless if it's a pick that I didn't want or pick that Bodie didn't want. When we call these names out, every one of these players fit. Let's just go ahead and say it now because we're going to say it on Thursday too. Every one of these players fits with the Falcons. We just like selected players that we want to be a part of the Falcons.
You telling me how to feel?
Sheesh. But I'm just saying, that's how it's going to be rocking this Thursday. So don't say, oh, Jack didn't want the Skronsky pick. Oh, Jack didn't want the Robinson pick. Oh, Chase didn't want the Jackson Smith pick. No, every one of these picks fit with the Falcons. We just want a selected person to be selected. Our people. Everybody got their own little
like we talked about.
Got the chat going crazy. Losey's up in the chat. Justin Newman's up in the chat.
Appreciate it, Justin.
Terrell Johnson's up in the chat. We lit.
Lit, man. Chat lit, man. I appreciate y'all support, man.
No Dre's in the chat. One time fan club. One time for the fan was Hannon. Happy birthday.
Appreciate you, Dre.
What else we got over here? Carrie's in the chat. She said 25 is definitely not getting old, Chase. In my early opinion, mid-20s isn't even a prime. Hope you had a great year.
Appreciate it.
That boy Chase seen the gray hair today. What is this? Baby!
Should try a patch of them. Right up here.
Fall Star Falcons in the building. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. If you got a question or a comment you want to have out here in the chat, we can put it on the screen for you. Join the chat.
We're gonna talk about that, Justin.
We definitely gonna talk about that, Bijan Robinson.
We're gonna talk about that.
Red Swarm is in here. He said, "Happy birthday to Chase."
Appreciate it, Red.
All these Aries, man.
Yeah, Aries season. Lisa Shepard, Blocking Dirty's in the building. She said, "Hey y'all, it's almost showtime
already. Can't wait to Thursday."
Red Swarm said, "Chase, what you sipping on, man? Is that prune juice?"
Man, that's some old smoky Tennessee.
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Come on,
put that shit down before they send the fans.
That's the
They can be like, there it is. That's the cute. That's the shit.
You put that shit down before you set something on fire.
Shit.
Got it back from the the old mountain trip. Always got to bring whiskey back from Tennessee.
Yeah. Did you go in the mountain? Like in the mountain?
In the side.
Dig a hole in that shit?
Yeah, there's a door.
Yeah, that's you sipping that strong, my bro.
Yes, sir.
My boy. Hey, you know that training day, that Denzel Washington, Bodie.
My boy.
Right there, man. Sipping that doggone, that real good. Sipping that real good is what we're gonna say here on One Time for the Fan until we get that sponsor. We're sipping that real good. Jeff Wolf, he said Dave Archer told me after we beat Denver in Denver, they ready now. Not next year or the year after. Falcon fans, let me tell you something. We are ready to go. It's truly go time now, Falcons fans, when it comes to what the team has done this offseason, the excitement around the team. We're going to get to pretty much, how excited you are as a fan shortly, but the chat is going crazy. But we are definitely excited to see what the Falcons are going to do this season. We don't have too much Falcons news. We did the pop-up show Thursday, so in between Thursday and today, there wasn't really too much news that happened with the Atlanta Falcons. But, of course, here on the channel, we still got things to present to y'all, so we got a lot to talk about. Jabri said, let's go get a punter. Rise up. Jabri been joking, y'all. Do not bash Jabri. Please do not go hard at Jabri. He's joking. He is joking. He's a diehard Falcons fan. He will be on the podcast Thursday with us talking Falcons football. Shout out to Jabri because he was on the draft with us last year for a couple minutes talking Falcons football too as well. But shout out to Jabri. He'll be up in here. Kenny said, happy birthday, Chase.
Appreciate it.
So many April babies in
bro.
here.
Another happy birthday here. You know we love getting to the chat. Anthony White says he's ready for the NFL draft. He said happy G-Day to you, brother. Falcons fans, let's get straight to it. Chase, Bodie, Falcons fans in the chat, we are days away from the draft, right?
Yes,
all the talk that we've been talking about. Oh, Hawks down by 3.
Let's go.
Oh, hey, that's a foul. That's a foul, man. That's a foul.
Man,
I remember when I used to be a ref back in the day. I would have called that foul, man. Marcus Smart going? You gonna let Marcus Smart drive on you? Marcus Smart? Hey Siri, who is Marcus Smart? One time for the fan. We're talking about the Falcons, but damn, I didn't want to do that. Let's get back to some Falcons football here. Stevie Carrega's in the building too. You said happy birthday.
Appreciate it, Steve.
Falcons fans. Oh wait, Carrie said, "What flavor is that, Chase? That real good you're sipping on."
Amaretto.
Ooh, want to put it up to the screen real quick? Want to put it up to the screen for our users?
Yeah, give me a little flash.
Chase, do you recommend this for our drinkers?
Yes, sir. That's an 8 out of 10.
It's an 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Stars or slaps to the face? Which one?
Shit.
One time for the fan. Justin Newman said, like Terry said, he's putting this team up to be a Super Bowl caliber team, getting a deadly defense and a hella offense. He's mentioned it multiple times about being violent this year, and I want to see something. I want to see something this year. I'm glad he's having a good birthday with his birthday drink. That's how it's supposed to be for real. All right,
shit,
last comment
this week. I was drunk as hell last week. Yeah,
you were lit. Even going to the Out of Your Falcon Mind podcast, you were lit on there.
Yeah, Mike was asking me some random shit. I was like, I'm too drunk for this shit.
Jeez.
Stevie said he got the hookup in Arizona.
Oh.
Stevie did say he's making moonshine for the Arizona game for Falcons fans. This is a diehard fan who's part of the Arizona chapter, the West Coast chapter of the Falcons fan base that we're out here creating. One time for the fans out here doing big things. But yeah, Stevie is a diehard Atlanta Falcons fan. He's out there in Arizona, so he'll be linking up with us, giving us some information about that. We went back down there in 2019. We're coming back down this year. We had a crazy party in 2019 too. So shout out to the Rise Up Tour. Big shout out to the Rise Up Tour. You can't forget about them because we're putting on a lot of events this year. Chat is going crazy. We do have a question from Greg Everhart that we're going to get to here shortly. But Falcon fans, let's get to some Falcons football. Let's talk about it. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, wherever you're checking in from. Tag your Falcons friends, tag your Falcons family. Shout out to my Apple Podcasts and Spotify users too as well. What players do we have on our big board, guys? We're getting down to the last couple of days of the draft. We've been talking about players for so long. We had Tyree Wilson in the top 5, then we pulled him out. Then we had Will Anderson that we were talking about, and then we pulled him out. What are we looking at here going forward, guys, in our big board? It could be 6 guys, 7 guys, 8 guys. It could be 10 guys, but I think we're set on the players that we know could possibly be a Falcon come Thursday night. Yeah. And for me, and Bodie will get to you, Chase will get to you, Jalen Carter. Chat, what players you got on your big board? Let's talk about it. What do you see Thursday night? Let's go over your big board. I got Jalen Carter, right? I got Christian Gonzalez. This is not in any order. I got Jalen Carter. I got Christian Gonzalez. I got Bijan Robinson.
Yep.
Right? I got Peter Skronsky. Right? Yep. I got Tyree Wilson. Right? Luke Van Ness. I'll throw him in there too as well. You got to. I got Jackson Smith too as well.
Yeah.
The wide receiver from Ohio State. I got Nolan Smith too as well. Right? That's 8 players right there. If I want to throw 2 more players in the mix, I got Miles Murphy, got Devin Witherspoon.
Yeah.
It's 10 players right there who I have on my big board. If any other player that has been spotted or linked to the Falcons on Thursday night that is not who I just named, I'm shocked. I'm truly shocked. If it's any other player than those 10 guys that I just named for Thursday night. Because I think all the signs point for most fans, and I'm not talking about the ones who don't care about the roster. I'm talking about real die-hard fans who care about everything the team does. Every position fits. Carter is a day 1 guy. He fits with this roster. Some will say, how? We got 9 pass rushers. We got 7 pass rushers. How's that going to work? There's going to be a lot of bodies and a lot of rotation out here with this Ryan Nielsen defense. We're talking about Carter also playing more inside too as well. We heard from Steve Karisic. From Scott Karisic and Myles Garrett and some of the people that's been on the podcast. These guys can play multiple positions on the line. They're playing different techniques. You heard it from Country too as well. Same thing that goes for Christian Gonzalez. Where does he fit in? Look at the Casey Hayward situation. Your future at cornerback outside of AJ Terrell and Jeff Okudah. A lot of things fit to what the Falcons can do on Thursday night. Your running back, how does that fit? Well, look at Caleb Huntley. He was injured last year. Look at Avery Williams. You don't even use him much in the run game. Yeah. CP's coming to the end of his career soon. A lot of people have said that CP kind of slows down towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
Conditioning-wise, but health-wise. And that's tough because you want this guy to be at 100% because we're making a playoff run this year. And you're going to need this guy at the end of the season.
Yep.
That's why if you get that running back.
What would be better than that to have a 2-headed monster in the backfield? You talking about 2 guys? You talking about Tyler Algier and Bijan Robinson can't get 10 yards on at least 3 downs?
With the CP?
With a CP? With a Pitts? With a Drake London? With a Jonnu Smith? Man, Falcons fan. Chase, Bodie, I don't know whoever wants to go first. Who's on y'all big board? Let's talk about it. Any other players that we should be surprised about?
I'll just add a name. Because pretty much everybody you said is who I have. But I'll just add a couple names. Paris Johnson Jr.
Paris Johnson. That would be my 11th person. Go ahead.
That's a player there. Just somebody else to throw in for the receivers. Quentin Johnson. That's another player. Quentin Johnson.
The wide receiver from TCU.
Yeah. Him, that's just another one that in a trade back scenario, of course. But yeah, I have to agree with everybody you said. Top of the list, Jalen Carter. And then after Jalen Carter, I'd say Tyree Wilson, a Christian Gonzalez, and then maybe a Peter Skronsky in order. That's my draft board.
Outside of those names, I mean, are you there with Devin Witherspoon and Jackson Smith and Nolan Smith? Are they still on your big board too as well? Are they more at the? Yeah.
This could be. I would take Nolan Smith at 8. Devin Witherspoon, I'm not taking at 8. Nolan Smith, I think I would take at 8.
But out of all the players for Thursday night, they are on your big board.
Still on the board, yeah.
Devin Witherspoon, if there's a trade back and you see him selected, you would, hey, you called it. Yeah. He's part of your big board. What is the surprising move Thursday night for you? I'm talking about just downright surprising to where it's like, how? And we're live Thursday, so we got to come to terms with it quick when you get to that moment. Like we on our podcast here.
I'm at the terms with that situation. I just look at it like this: we're a team that's trying to make it to the playoffs, and I feel like anybody that organization thinks it needs to be here should be here. So if we were to go to make that crazy pick, there's got to be a reason behind it. I mean, as a fan, we may not agree with it, but whoever we get draft night is gonna, like Bodie said, is gonna come to this team, is gonna compete, it's gonna help us make that playoff push. So whoever it is, I would say the one that would surprise me would be Buddy, that Lieutenant Dan was talking about. Breeze,
the safety from Alabama.
Yeah, the safety. I don't think we go at 8 at that position, but that would be a surprise.
Bodie 3000, glad to have you back here, sir. One time for the fan. It's always good to talk with Bodie, the professor. The Bodie's breakdowns that everybody been talking about, that's going to be coming back probably close to preseason. But yeah, Bodie, what players do you have on your draft board, and what are you surprised? What's going to be shocking to you on Thursday night?
I'll go ahead and name the guys you said, just to refresh everybody's memory. And I'm starting from my absolute wants all the way down. All right.
I will throw one more in there. I forgot Bijan Robinson in the top 5. He's definitely in the top 5. But anyway, go ahead.
Of course. All right. Will Anderson, my number 1. Mm-hmm. He's on our big board. Whether it's a realistic, I mean, you don't even know. It might be realistic. Yeah. We might be able to get him. You never know. But he's on my board.
That's my shocking move. Okay. I, for one, have not mentioned Will Anderson to the Falcons here at all on the podcast. Otherwise, then he's a top 10 player. But Bodie, for you just days away to throw the Will Anderson move in there. That's my shocking move. But wow, that's big.
I'm not taking him off my board if I'm the Falcons. I'm just thinking like the Falcons maybe I should be thinking. Right? We won't absolutely know, but if they got a board, I imagine Will Anderson is the first name they're looking to get possibly on the board. And then on that board, Jalen Carter. The rest aren't really in a particular order, but I'm just saying these are the guys. Will Anderson, Jalen Carter, Tyree Wilson, Peter Sharonsky, the cornerbacks, Devin Witherspoon, Christian Gonzalez. I mean, even if we trade back, they're looking at all these guys, so it's not necessarily at 8. Okay, I'm just naming the big board that even if we trade back, if we stay put, whatever. The corners, you never know. I mean, some are saying Witherspoon's the best corner in this draft. Yeah. Depends on who you talk to. Some are saying Christian Gonzalez. Nobody's talking about Joey Porter Jr.
Another name to look out for. Nobody. Porter Jr.
And I don't think he's nothing to scoff at. I think he's going first round too. So trade back, both of those guys gone. We get a Joey Porter Jr. Do not sleep. Okay? Do not sleep. So that's one name you guys haven't mentioned, Joey Porter Jr. I think we get him over a wide receiver. Now, I mean, we do need a number 2. I guess, do we need a number 2? Let's think about this, though. I can break this down, too. My mind is racing with this. I mean, Mac Hollins did a fine job as, what he did over there in Oakland. But like I said, our number 2 receiver should be Kyle Pitts. Right. Point blank, period. Go ahead.
A lot of the reason I feel like Pitts wasn't what he was his rookie year is because it was a bridge quarterback. You know what I mean? I think that was a lot. I think we see a lot of that receiver too in Kyle Pitts this year. Even if we do go get a receiver, I still think Kyle Pitts is receiver too. Yeah.
And I'm all in agreement that we should draft a receiver. First round, I mean, it just depends. They might fall for a Johnston. from TCU. He might be their guy. They might be in love with his intangibles. 6'4", around a 4'4",
You're talking about
all that.
32 teams picking in the first round. One of them's going to pick a receiver.
And then
A team needs a receiver.
Right,
I mean, it's going to be
receiver.
Yeah, so when I hear a kid like Johnson's going to fall, it's like, well, you're going to get selected. I can see 3 teams right now in the top 20 that needs a receiver, but it's on them of what they want as best as BPA for them. But yeah, but
okay. All right, so I'm gonna run through the players. I got a little tied up there. So, all right, Will Anderson, Jalen Carter, the corners, Witherspoon, Gonzalez. Let's see, Skoronsky, of course. Joey Porter, you got to put him in the mix because the other 2 guys might be going. Luke Van Ness, he's on our board, probably further down. Well, he's further down my board if you ask me. I mean, I like Luke Van Ness, but you don't pick no projects early. If we trade back, we picking him maybe. Nolan Smith, who else? Bijan. I get Bijan. That's my personal. I personally want him. Personally. And I do think they convey Brian Branch, but he may go in the second. I think he'll go in the second round, and he'd be a good get there. He'd be a great get there, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
But yeah, personally, that's about first round picks right there. First round big board. I think that's what the Falcons are looking at. Honestly,
agree.
Chat's going crazy. Greg Everhart had a question. We love questions here on One Time for the Fan. We can always answer it here in the chat. He said, given the construction of the team currently, and I know there's a lot of fans who probably answered in the chat because I know some fans do respond once they see questions. They tend to chime in too as well before we even get to it. But shout out to all the fans who's out here looking out for each other. Come on, Hawks, what y'all doing? Given the construction of the team currently, who would you say is the most impactful player for us? Realistic choices. If we stick and pick at 8, I was looking at. You know what? Let me hear Chase and Bodie's answer first before I go ahead and say this.
It's a tough question because I can give you examples of why I think 3 players would fit perfectly in this scheme. You got to look at scheme. You know what I mean? You look at what you already have in the backfield, and you look at Christian Gonzalez, and you look at AJ Terrell. It's a mirror. It's a mirror effect when you look across the field. That's something the quarterback can't plan against. You know what I mean? You got a Terrell that's shut down one side, and you got a Bates in the backfield that's closing down the back, and you got a Christian Gonzalez on the left side shutting down that side. But that takes away the pass with this ferocious D line we got coming in. That's why Christian Gonzalez would work. Devin Witherspoon, you can plug that name in there. That's why that would work. Bijan Robinson, you got somebody to accommodate somebody like Tyler Algier that just had a 1,000 rushing yards. Just think of 2 running backs in the backfield with both 1K rushing yards. The sky's the limit for Bijan, as the reporters say. So, yeah, I feed into Bijan a lot. The third, Jalen Carter. Brian Nilsson's the type of guy that likes a big, beefed up. Campbell said it the best. He wants a nasty D-line.
Violent was the word they use.
Jalen Carter is that violent D-lineman. So that's 3 players there that could stick in this team that we know is going to play day one. Somebody that's definitely not a project and that can fill that role as a veteran.
Chase, you are definitely right about that. Bodie 3000, what you got here? Who is the most impactful player for us? And for me, I can rant on and on about this because I love it. It's draft week. So we got a lot to talk about here on One Time for the Fan. We'll get to the next segment shortly. But Bodie, this question from Greg Everhart has fans here talking in the chat. And there are some fans who are big fans of players and not positions. And then there's a big fans about filling the position and not caring about the player. So there's 2 different groups of fans in the chat. You have a guy fans that's going to say, Bijan Robinson, best running back in the draft, pair him with Algier, perfect. And then you have some fans that's like, no, because CP is going to be used a lot more in the run game. Caleb will be back. We got a 3-headed monster right there from last year. We don't need a Bijan Robinson. Don't even worry about it. But then there's some fans that's like, just select the player. We'll just show up on Sunday and just root like hell. You know what I'm saying? So, Bodie, the question goes to you here. Who you say is the most impactful player for us at 8?
Well, I'll say that You can look at this draft two different ways. You can look at it whereas you're picking in the top 10, you're trying to pick a player just to fill a position of need. Or you can say, hey, I'm picking in the top 10. I'm swinging for the fucking fences.
Mm-hmm.
I want a superstar player potentially that can elevate this team by himself. Mm-hmm. So, and like I said, I think I said on the last show, or I said before, outside of the quarterbacks who you look to be the superstar players, I think it's only 2-3 generational talents possibly outside of the quarterbacks. And we're looking at Will Anderson, Jalen Carter, Bijan, those three. Any of those three are at 8, which I don't think Will Anderson will be. I'll say Will be. That's stupid.
Is this from Culver City, California? No, I'm just playing.
Shit, Will. Yeah. I don't think Will Anderson will be there, but Jalen Carter has a chance to be there. Kind of leaning on the side that he won't be there either.
Yeah.
Because there's too many teams that need that.
Somebody that will probably be there though.
It's days before the draft, and I'm just gonna say now, Rockin' fans, wrap your heads around. Jalen Carter might not be there at 8.
Yeah,
we talked about this multiple times. But go ahead, Buck.
I mean, I can almost guarantee. I'm thinking the way I'm thinking. There's nobody's trading up for a Bijan or a Nolan Smith. I know they'll probably more than likely times. I can bet good money they'll both be there at 8.
Yep.
You know, you can go for that. You can go for the Nolan Smith thing. I mean, that's the thing about Nolan Smith. He's such a, I wouldn't say, you're using him in the pros a different way than he was used in college. Okay. Yeah, I think he can be a sack artist in the pros if you correct it. And I think Ryan Nielsen will have a field day using this guy and just make him into some kind of superstar and he's smart with it. He's a leader. A leader, a high IQ player. I mean, that's one great attribute to have, to be drafted at 8. I think it's worthy of being drafted at 8. I wouldn't be mad if they took him at 8. People say that's too rich. That's too rich. Why is that too rich? If you're getting your player, that people say, oh, trade back. Oh, it ain't that damn easy to just trade back. You can't just trade back. Everybody don't want to trade forward and give up their assets and just have you trade
Some
back.
people like that. They know a guy's going to be there at 15, 16, and they're sitting at 17. They're just like, oh, yeah, he'll be there. Don't worry about it.
People are not trying to – people won't trade back like you think or trade up like you think they do. Like, it's not like, oh, just trade back. That's what a lot of people say.
You're giving up a lot to move 3 picks in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So, like, that's another thing. And if you're at 8 and you can't trade back, get your guy because you probably won't be able to get him. That's why people.
Yeah, that's where the BPA falls on. Whoever Terry thinks is the correct player by his BPA draft.
By his board, by his BPA. Now, personally, like I said, I mean, I think Bijan is my guy because he is different. Okay, not just a running back. You can put him in the slot. You can put him all over the offense. He can do everything. Okay. And people like, oh, you got 1,000-yard rusher. Oh, this is disrespect. What is Algier going to think? If anything, these guys want to eat together. You're trying to win together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get out there, and y'all gonna get out there. Y'all gonna eat together. It ain't no slight on Algier, but let's be real. Algier's not Bijan, okay? And that ain't a slight on him either. Algier's Algier, and he does what he does very well. Yeah. But Bijan does a lot, okay? And that's a talent that's
Bijan's only going to make Tyler better.
Exactly.
That's the best way to
That's too, because you got Bijan over here in the slot or something. Hell, they both might be in the backfield together. You don't know who's going to goddamn carry the ball. I mean, you can do a lot of things with that.
Because we're getting ready to move on to the next segment here. And as you can see, Greg, when you ask a question like this, we can create a whole damn podcast about it. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's one time for the fan. Y'all are fans, we are fans, and we're just trying to get through this shit together. You know what I'm saying? So always invite your friends and family, Falcons friends and family. Please don't invite no Jags fan. We had a Jags fan here in the chat a couple of days ago. Just totally messed up the vibe. But try to invite all your Falcons friends always to the chat and bring your questions because, we'll answer them. And of course, we're always cool with Myles Garrett and a lot of these people in the journalist game and the media and stuff too as well. So we don't bring no false information or nothing. We're definitely doing the best we can to bring all the facts we can and our knowledge. Which you all are also knowledgeable too as well, because you all are diehard. Some of you are season ticket holders, travel with the team. You've been here. We have a family here since what, 1972 or so forth. So there's a lot of people as we can learn from too as well when it comes to Falcons football, because this is what it's about. It's about Falcons fans coming together for the greater need of just trying to see this team win. And we're going to get to the next subject of why this is so big about coming together. But to answer the question for Greg before we get to the next part, for me, BPA goes a long way, Falcons fans. And I mean this. And every single player is going to fit what you need in the draft. Every player is going to fit. There ain't going to be no guy sitting on the bench week 1 if you're picking at 8.
Yeah, it's got to be a starter.
Unless he's a punter. Or not punter, the kicker. You're not drafting the kicker. The thing about it is, sheesh. The thing about it is,
what was it did that year? Was it the Bucks second round?
The Bucks, they selected the kid Gonzalez, was it?
Yeah.
No, I forgot his name. But they selected a punter in the second round. But the Raiders selected a kicker in the first round.
Shit.
Years ago, wasn't it?
Years ago, it was Sebastian Janikowski.
Janikowski, yeah. Falcons, hey, he played a long way and for the Raiders
played.
too.
He was a good kicker, but good God.
Not in the first round though. That's tough. Could have got him in the waiver wire. Well, Falcons fans, check this out. Every player fits your BPA. Mm-hmm. And I mean this. And this is for you, Greg, too, as well, and all the Falcons fans. You shouldn't be disappointed on Thursday with whoever the pick is. Look at what the team has done this offseason. This is before I even get to the question of Greg. Look at what we've done in the offseason. Look at the players we brought in. Look at what we've done in the past 2 years to fix this organization, to bring in the players that we need when it's a rebuild. Anybody forget about that word, rebuild? Do we all forget about that? Just because you see all these big names coming here in Atlanta, we got a little money. Don't forget about that word, rebuild. Mm-hmm. That's what we were doing. We was rebuilding in the right way. Every player now fits your need here for the Falcons. Jalen Carter, where does he fit in? Is he the most impactful player for me? I think so. Why? Because you want to punch some teams in the mouth this year, and it's about defense at the end of the day, because your sacks hasn't been looking too well, your turnover ratio hasn't been looking too well. We got to win some games, and damn well we got to get off the field on third down. And when you talk about this heavy rotation and the leadership of Calais Campbell coming in the building and what Grady Jarrett's about to do as a veteran in this game, and AJ Terrell's moving on to a part of his career where he's ready to help a young group of guys that can help him out. And then you got Jeff Okudah, who's been in the game for a while now, who can also help out a D. Alford or a Cornell Armstrong or even a Mike Hughes. I'm sure they know each other very well. They've been in the NFC North for a minute now. But there's a lot of players who's impactful here. Jalen Carter, he fits because look at your team going forward next year. Is Calais Campbell going to be here? If he has another great season and he hits the market, hopefully he doesn't. If he wants to play another year, keep him here. But is Tyquan Graham going to be here? We don't know. Is Eddie Goldman going to be here? We don't know. We know David Amiata is going to be here. We know Grady Jarrett's going to be here. Is Calais going to be here? But look at that line besides them. Carter can be here for the next 4 or 5 years here in Atlanta. Wrecking shit besides Grady, who is soon to be turning 30 and wrapping around the corner. You know how it is in the NFL once you hit 30. So it is. Yeah. That's how it is right there. Eddie Goldman on that Jack, 1 year.
You hit 30 a long time ago.
Eddie Goldman. Shit. Eddie Goldman, of course, you know his situation too as well. How is this defense going to look next year on that front line? You do have the money. I ain't going to lie. You got money next year. So you good. That's the good part. So you can go get a free agent. That's perfectly fine. You can go get a top defensive player in the draft if you want to trade up. It's perfectly fine. Jalen Carter makes sense as one of the most impactful players. My second player is Christian Gonzalez. Now that the Casey Hayward situation is out the door, you got to look at what Christian Gonzalez can do here in Atlanta. Besides AJ Terrell, Jeff Okuda, your boy Jesse Bates is back there, Richie Grant is up there, and that front line that we just talked about for the next year. Calais Campbell with Carter and Ebiketie and D'Angelo Malone and Kendall Ellis and Grady Jarrett, Taquan Graham, David Amiata. They all fit. They all fit.
Definitely fit.
And then my third, that now I have to move up from where I stood last month to now, days before the draft, Bijan Robinson.
Yep.
Your running back room is going to be thin in the next couple of years. And like I said, you got the money. You're good for the next couple of years. You can make a lot of moves where this team's going to be excited. Fans will be excited. But Bijan does make sense here in Atlanta. If you're pairing him with him and Tyler, CP now can be more anywhere he wants to be, more utility for CP. Not just so much on you have to be the first and second down back. You put Bijan and Tyler back there, they're going to get you 10 yards in two or three downs. Some way, somehow, they're going to get you 10 yards. They're going to move those damn chains. I know that for a fact. Now, those are my three players that I see the most impactful here in Atlanta. Every other player, yes, they do make a big impact, but those are my three players. And whoever gets drafted Thursday, we'll be prepared for it. We'll love it. But those are the players that I see. Going to our next segment here.
I tell you one thing real quick.
Yep.
And we all need to do it. They're all players that we are lower on. Like the Witherspoons and the I don't know. I wouldn't say we're lower on the Sharonskis and stuff like that, but all the players we aren't as high on that we would like for us to draft. I mean, we
trade back
are possibility for us to draft. Mm-hmm. Everybody listening to the sound of my voice right now needs to go look at those other players because they possibly could be Falcons. Yep. Okay, all of those players that you're not too high on. I don't want you to just be surprised and be like, I don't know this guy. Well, do yourself a favor. I mean, I know if you've been Christian Gonzalez, and only looking at his tape, and then we end up getting Devin Witherspoon, I need y'all to go look at Devin Witherspoon now before we go get him. You know
and to piggyback off that quickly, if you're big on cornerbacks, you should be looking at every single cornerback.
But yeah, I'm saying we should go look at Joey Porter because it could end up being none of them and end up being Joey Porter. It could end up being Emmanuel Forbes. Y'all don't even know who the fuck that is, do you? But it could end up being Emmanuel Forbes.
It'd be Devontae Banks too as well from Maryland.
Or Cam Smith. Y'all never know. Just go do your research.
Or it could be my boy Mekhi Gardner from LSU.
Yeah, you never know. So go check out the other stuff because I can guarantee you we're getting one of those corners. They're coming here. We need a corner. We need an edge. We need D-line still. I mean, it's happening. So just do yourself a favor. And I don't want y'all to be surprised and be like, who the hell is that? Just do your research.
Going quickly to another question before we get to the next segment. Do you think Stroud goes down in the draft? Hot take quickly, Bodie?
I do not. I don't think. I think if there's any surprise, he don't drop past 3. I think somebody trades up to get him if he don't get picked at 3.
Top 5 will be going.
Yeah, definitely 4. But yeah, I think he won't go. He won't go drop too far.
Going quickly in the chat, she said, Pamela Johnson said, Jonnu Smith is going to be your HB in the backfield. So the plays that they ran in Tennessee with Jonnu in the backfield, it's possible. I don't see a heavy rotation of Jonnu Moore in the backfield, but they probably can do a play or two where you see him in motion, and the next thing you know, he is behind Ritter. Which a big guy like Jonnu Smith running at you, I don't think most defenses expect that. But hey, that's just another tactic in Arthur Smith's playbook that you got to watch out for. That's why they went to go get this guy. You ran some of these plays in Tennessee. You know some of his skill sets. You know how he moves and how he operates.
And
that's actually pretty cool having a guy in the building like there. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. He knows your playbook. He knows how to help other guys get set up in your playbook. So
very true, Dre.
Very true statement. Anthony Richardson at 8 would be shocking and disappointing.
That would be the shock of the century to me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Falcons fans, let's go to the next segment here quickly. What is a hostile environment right now, Chase? like if you're looking at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, if you're looking at other stadiums around the NFL, right? There's a couple stadiums that they have a hostile environment, right? When you go in there, it's loud, right? When you go in there, the fan base reacts to what's going on the field, sometimes before the play is even started. And I want to see that back in the Benz. And Terry talked about this in the press conference earlier this year with the Falcons fans over the phone. He's trying to create a hostile environment. You got the players in the building now who can go out there on that field and help the fan base create the hostile environment. But there's a couple more things the fans have to do to create this hostile environment. And we're going to talk about it here on One Time for the Fan quickly. Falcon fans, you can't tell another Falcon fan in front of you to sit down.
No.
You can't do that. We're all in this together. This is not Delta. We're on the plane.
Are we gonna start singing the song now?
I'm just saying.
We're
Falcons
all
fans.
in this together.
I've had a lot of Falcon fans tell me they're trying to get loud on first down. They're trying to get loud on second down. And this is before third down when you're supposed to be getting loud. But for some strange reason, somebody's telling them to sit down, and when they turn around, it's a Falcon fan. And then when you ask the person to stand up and get loud, they don't do it. What are you at the games for?
Man, you know this Hollywood part 2 over here in Atlanta. So a lot of folks, I mean, they at the games just to say they went to the game. They're not at the game to cheer for the team. They're not even really a fan of the team. They just said, hey, we went to the game. Look what we sitting at the game. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is now. They don't care. And that's the thing. We got to get more of our fans in those seats, not just freaking rich spectators. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just
you got to get loud.
Understand. For Falcons fans, you have this beautiful stadium.
It's no pride.
I've had fans from all over that I've been to other stadiums from the past couple of years mention to us, fans, us, Falcon fans, man, we wish we had a stadium like y'all's. Oh, really? I'm guaranteeing you that Bills fans are looking at their new stadium that's going to be coming in a couple years like, oh, that's so cool. I'm looking at it like, why don't you guys close the roof? It's cold as shit outside here in November. They created this Seattle-style environment up there in Buffalo.
That's part of them, though. You know what I mean?
It looks like the Seahawks Stadium in a way, and I'm like, there's a big opening up top. Y'all already worried about the damn snow.
They want to throw snow in the air. You seen that damn game where they just throwing snow in the air and shit? Yeah. That's what they do.
I just don't get it. But for Falcons fans here in the chat, and for those that be listening and watching whenever you go to the games, damn, Hawks about to lose. This is
Hawks losing. This over.
Is tough. I can't get to it.
I'm already ahead of you.
Drake Shoe's statement said, "You can't tell another fan to sit down if you're standing up." Falcon fans, get on your feet and help create this hostile environment. Yeah. I done been to different stadiums. Jabri Harper said a lot of stadiums, Seattle, New Orleans, Kansas City. I've been to Seattle last season. I can tell you, let me tell you something. I need this stadium to be a hostile environment for real this year because you got the players on the field to get the job done. They're going to be getting off the field on third down. I need some of y'all to put your phones down too as well. You can text and call during commercial break. Not telling you how to be a fan now, but let me tell you something. I done went to Seattle, Cincinnati, Minnesota, a lot of stadiums I've been to. Them folks show up to do one thing, and that's get loud. I can tell you right now, every outfit that I've seen, and this is typical Seattle Seahawks, Cincinnati Bengals day, right? Pair of New Balances, khaki pants, Bengals jersey, Bengals hat, case of beer. Walking to the stadium.
Case of beer.
Seattle Seahawks. Seahawk Nike shoes, some green colored wig or some type of accessory.
Massive
green and blue. Paint. Lime green and blue for that. Jeez, hideous. And then Seattle Seahawks hat, maybe some bird feathers on their shirt. I don't know. But they come to the game to do one thing, and that is get loud and cheer on their team to create a hostile environment. And my friend Michael Nellums, who was next to me in the game in Seattle, he was sitting next to me. Same for Jabri Harper when you talking about Minnesota here too. My friends that was in Minnesota was sitting next to me. I couldn't hear him. When Seattle gets loud on 2nd and 3rd down, I couldn't hear my friend. And he's standing up too. We're all standing up. I told you the story in Cincinnati when I sat in the seat over there on the corner end zone. Justin Newman was probably 3 or 4 sections over from me. And I turned around and I told the fan behind me, hey, if I'm standing up too much during the game, I apologize. I'm just kind of rude on my team. He was sitting there like, nah, you're going to be okay. This is Bengals fans. By the 4th quarter, I must have heard that damn Bengals song like 15 times. And they have a fight song. Another thing, too, as well. The fight song.
We are the Bengals.
Bro, they got 2. So apparently, I don't know if they're using the college song and they're mixing it with the Bengals. And then they got like a city song that they must play over the loudspeaker at 6 a.m. around the whole city. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Bro, the song came on and like they knew the words like, oh, no, the Bengals. And I'm sitting there like, fuck my life, bro. Fuck my life. How do I deal with this? And Miami, their song is Miami and Chicago got 2 of the worst songs I've ever heard. I'm just putting it out there right now. And we played Chicago this year in Chicago. I'm just gonna hate it. But yeah, it was just tough to see. But the fight song, they had a fight song. The hostile environment was there. They didn't come there like it was like a date night or something. You know what I'm saying? They were there to actually get loud, have a good time. And I showed you the video from Cincinnati back on the podcast long ago, and I'll get it for you guys to show you. I took a full 360 view of people in their seats at the stadium at the Bengals game.
Everybody standing up.
Nobody was on their phone. Nobody. Everybody was standing up, getting loud. Nobody was on their phone.
It's different.
And this is the team that hasn't won a Super Bowl. It's a team that hasn't been shit since Joe Burrow got there. And Jamar Chase. So, Falcon fans, I don't want to hear it. You have to create this hostile environment here in the Benz. Chase, before we get to the next segment, how important is it to create a hostile environment in the Benz? How important is it to get loud on 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down? We're talking about a point where the decimal reader, and you saw it in New Orleans, they were doing the damn decimal reader in the stadium. I was like, no way in hell, because these fans next to us ain't even cheering. So how the hell y'all getting that loud?
It's very important, man. It's all about, it's what football screams, you know what I mean? It's the passion for your team. Who can be the loudest fans? Who can be the loudest, the rudest, the most annoying fans? You know how them Saints are. They're annoying as hell. So why can't we be that fan base? Why can't we walk in the building, the Saints look at us like that? You know what I mean? It's just all around, it gets your team going. Them boys on the field want to hear you cheering. They don't want to be out there just to be out there. Some of these players still have heart for the game. And to hear somebody cheering for them, it just gets them going 10 times harder. So it's very important, and I'm tired of being in the stands, standing around hollering and screaming, and I'm looking around, everybody else is sitting on their ass, not cheering for the Birds. So it's definitely important, and I wish more fans would get along with it, and we could get something going, like fight song or something.
Bodie, we're going to get to your hostile environment talk here in just a second, but Drake's true statement says, on the other hand, the organization got to do more to help us out and be loud. He said, Pudas got the fight song, Seattle got the 12s, and we get Rotimi. God.
Bro, we don't have a fight song. We don't have a chant. We don't have none of that shit. We just got Rotimi, like you said. That re-ready shit, that ain't even really ours. That ain't even Atlanta.
Exactly.
That ain't even the Falcons shit. That ain't even that. I don't know. We don't have anything for our own to annoy.
Every ready was really Atlanta United. I know you can carry it over because of the city culture and all that stuff, but you don't have nothing.
We don't have nothing.
Falcons.
That's why I keep saying that I wish I go talk to somebody, get me linked in with the stadium or whoever, the Falcons, whatever. We get a chant going for the next season, like a fucking chant. Like something, every time we score a touchdown, we get some kind of song going. God damn it, let's play something. God damn it.
I think if you want to stay with the culture in Atlanta and you want to do what folks want to do, they want to party. So if you're going to create something on this touchdown celebration song, you need to get Future, Lil Baby. I'm talking about something hard that when we score, it's like, hey, y'all, Check this shit out. You telling the away fans, ha ha, well, we can score on your ass. Wait till you see Future hit the damn screen. You want something to get fans on their feet that's like, bro, that's it.
New Orleans score, they play that fucking
New Orleans has a
Saints go marching in. Saints go marching in. The same 3 songs in rotation. Saints go marching in, and that
they got the 50 song before the Yin Yang song. They got that 50 song where it's like whatever that nonsense is, and then they got the Saints go marching in, and then they got that nonsense, and then the Packers got that Go Pack Go.
Yeah, they say that after every first down.
But the Dolphins have that ridiculous song, and it sounds like it was in the 30s. So it's the exact audio from like 1930. So it's like down in like a basement somewhere. Bro, and I don't know who remastered it, but it is.
We don't say nothing
horrible.
After every first down. Like the Pack say "Go Pack Go" after every first down or something.
Dolphins
like,
do not have Pro Tools.
Like we don't have none of that. We have no fucking tradition. We have no identity. We have nothing.
Man, it used to be nothing. Do y'all remember the chant? Move them chains chant.
That was section 334, I think, in the Benz. Move the chains, move the chains, move the chains, move the chains.
2016,
but that was it. Bro. That was it. You would hear them up
we can adopt that. Like, have the whole fucking stadium saying that shit. That'll get you live.
A couple real ones with hollering, and that's how you know that's a real one. You got another one across 3-4 hours.
Give me a megaphone. I'll do something.
This is why it's so important. Shout out to Padre, shout out to Dre, shout out to Big Low Country Sports in the building. But this is why it's so important for what we're talking about. You are the fan. Who's here in the chat? Who's listening? Who's watching? It's your job to get up and get loud on first, second, and third down. Yeah. And it's your job to tell that fan behind you, hey, look, I'm trying to have a good time here. I came here for 4 hours to get loud for my team, to let the other team know that this city ain't no joke. And you over here on Instagram telling me to sit down so you can look up every now and then and watch the game.
Taking selfies out here.
I just told you what they wearing to some of them games in some of them cities. A pair of New Balances, a pair of khakis, their team jersey shirt, and their team hat, and a case of beer. And they're walking down to the stadium. Yeah, and here you come looking like $1 million. Tom Awesome. But that boy don't even know how to throw the ball. Boy, if you don't 6 your ass down.
Man, who that is out
there? But it's real, man. We trying to create this hostile environment here in the Benz, man. One time for the fan gonna push it. We want you to be loud. We want you to be proud to represent the Atlanta Falcons. Show up in the Benz. This year, Chase Bodie, you know this. You should be in your seats before kickoff, right? And the stadium lets you know. They blow the horn when the tailgate starts. Then they blow the horn when the gates open. Then they blow the horn. There's 30 minutes before kickoff. You need to be in your seats. Yep. Help create this hostile environment. Fans need to know when we kick off this year, we ain't playing.
About to go down.
It's about to go down. And we're going to need all of you to get loud and be proud to represent these Atlanta Falcons.
Week 1 should be damn near sold out.
Week 1 should be a crazy environment. I think I'm looking at it, man. If you give us a home game right now, bro, I swear they're going to look at the schedule. And the schedule comes out a couple weeks.
Give us the Saints again. I want to be the
Saints week 1 because we taking the fucking division.
I see us getting either the Colts or Houston week 1.
I'll take that easy, though.
I think it's the Colts or Houston week 1 in the Benz. I think we get the Jets on Thursday night.
CJ Stroud.
I think it's going to be because the Jets have a bunch of primetime games they're talking about. I think we get the Jets on Thursday night. But we're going to do that later on. We want to get to it. Bubba Gump said, I don't claim Rotimi and that bum-ass song.
Yeah, back in
that boy done ducked back in that closet like that Homer Simpson meme. As soon as he made it, like, oh, they're going to love this in Atlanta.
He thought as soon as
they put it out, he was like.
Yeah, he did. He
did. He thought that shit was fine.
That's not good.
And then he gonna get on the radio talking about, so they call me. I'm like, you still made a whack ass song.
Yeah, it's still your fault.
That shit sucked.
Padres in here. Falcons fans, we need you to help create this hostile environment. We went over players that we have on our big board. We went over the hostile environment. Get to the chat here before we get to the last 2 segments and wrap it up. Got about 10 more minutes. Padre said, Low, has Jack accepted his relationship with that Surface tablet since he's going to be your backup? Padre, you might have the other way. You should say, hey, country, have you accepted that you're going to be Jack's backup? Because if the Falcons are running 5 QBs this year, and Franks might be one of them, if the Falcons are running 5 QBs this year,
Franks,
it's possible that I could be QB3. Then you have Country 4, Franks 5. So you're good when it comes to depth. Don't worry about it. You're good. I can play running back too.
My ears are bleeding. What the hell are we talking about right now?
One time for the fan. Let's get straight to it. Reggie's up in here. He said, as a Falcons fan, the last thing you want to hear is a marching Saints song.
Yeah, I hate that shit. I was in that damn shit when the Falcons scored in that when we was in New Orleans. I was in that. Oh, when the Falcons go marching in, I was fucking with them, but they hate me.
The funny thing about it is how you can taunt other teams. And Country said every time New Orleans score, they have a concert.
They really
I told
do.
y'all, it's like it's the first song. The moment they score, boom, dun, 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 dun. I'm talking about that's
everybody
the first song. Then the second song is that 1930 song.
Looking at you.
And then the fourth song is that waka 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 waka. What that New Orleans stuff? Whatever they doing. They sitting over there watching this shit like it's a goddamn field goal. Sit your ass down. And then you see people next to the lady, the next to you, she's like 7 years old. She doing like this and shit. Like, what the fuck is going on in here?
Everybody in there. Remember that video when they face whoever they facing, they kick that field goal? I bet you won't. I bet you won't. I bet you.
Yeah. And then you hear, and then for the one thing for all Falcons fans who's in the stadium. The one thing that's gonna really piss you off, right? You sitting in there and you hear the songs, and then you hear dun dun dun, and then you hear the two motherfuckers from Atlanta.
That's some Atlanta shit. That's the most disrespectful.
And you see people dancing like this. Yep. They don't even know what the hell they doing. Like y'all done turned down yin yang. Falcon fans, I'm telling you, man, there's some cities out here, there's some hostile environments. I want people to say that about our stadium. I want people to jump up in there and say, hey, yo, I've been to the Benz in Atlanta. Ooh, boy, hey, over there by Dirty Bird Nest or over there by 119. Oh, them boys over there for real. You can't sit over there. Remember the black hole in Oakland? How the hell they get that? A bunch of diehard, remember the Brown Zone or the Dog Pound in Cleveland? How they get that? A bunch of diehard fans that tell you straight up, don't bring your ass in here. You're from another team. They don't need no stadium organization. We don't need no handouts. We're diehard fans that's going to kick some ass up in here in this area. Go to the Eagle Stadium. Everywhere in that entire stadium, from the moment before you even get into the stadium, you're going to face hell.
Yeah.
Pamela said it best in the chat, man. Winning cures all.
Winning cures all, but what about the Bengals? That dude told me the Bengals have that same environment for almost 20 years, and they was not caring about that.
The Browns ain't winning shit. The Lions.
The Browns ain't winning shit, and they're still so understand. The Jets got their Jets fans in there packing out, yelling Jets. That shit is annoying.
Some shit. They ain't got a chip since the 60s.
I say this on one time for the fan. If you're going to create anything for the Falcons, just spell the damn letters out with the fans and let everybody just say woo at the end and start cheering. That's it. That's the easiest shit to do. Right? We score. All right. Everybody chat. A-B-L-A-N-T. And everybody just got to scream your ass off. And that's it. Let people just get off by it. But y'all can't put Rotimi out there. And Rotimi was probably sitting there like, am I still performing week 7? No, motherfucker, you ain't. You not.
You better not show up in there.
Becky. And who did the beat?
We gonna
one time for the fan.
He said put a woo at the end.
You might as well do something. Watch how many people get sturdy at the Jets game this year. I'll be like, y'all sturdy as hell out here.
No, we running through their ass.
I'm just saying, create the hostile environment that the fans want. We're from Atlanta. We want to party. If you once we score, put some damn party music on and put a chant behind it with it. Or just spell the damn letters out and just say woo at the end. Everybody love Ric Flair here in Atlanta.
Who we got to talk to, Jack?
Shit, man. There's some people out there, man. There's some people the Falcons got to holler at, man. But, you know, the Falcons, they do a good job. They do a great job. Hey, my dealer. They do a good job. The Falcons, they got a nice little team, man. That stadium and the organization and the people that work with them, some really, really good individuals. And there are some people to reach out. I'm sure a person like Lisa Shepard, who's always in the Falcons' ear, always in the Falcons' eye, can reach out to them and let them know, hey, look, there's some people out here who can help create some stuff. Dirty Bird Nest does a good job, but then again, I'm not in the Dirty Bird Nest, so I can't see what's going on. But what I do know is it ain't hostile enough. I'm telling you that right now. Because I can see the schedule this year. We go play Chicago, we play Detroit, we play the Jets. Even Arizona's sorry. I don't want to get to Arizona.
All I said, Jack, you can call somebody. You already scraped gum from under the seats at the stadium. So
going to the next one.
Call somebody.
Falcons fans, let's wrap this up. Country said, chop style, chop style. Remember that shit, Country? She was like, wop, double, wop, double, wop, wobble, wobble. And you sitting over there like, you got to hear this shit all 3 quarters? Like, it's 3 more quarters left in the game. I still got to hear this wobble shit. And then you go outside in the streets, you wobble.
Moving that one shoulder.
Every club you walk into, hey, can I get a drink? Yeah, wobble. God damn, y'all, is this the damn
wobble? It's like, damn, you got a concussion.
How does this work? Everywhere you go. But that's what they got going on out there. Uncle Steve's line said, what's up, fellas? Crazy thing is that they played halftime Saints song at the end of the last regular season game at the Dome.
Crazy.
Oh, man, those Dome days, man. Bubba Gump, Bills fans throw each other through tables even when they're at the bottom of the league. So winning, they got to the point of winning, but they were still doing some crazy shit like this, and they were packing out stadiums. That Bills Mafia's been around for a while. Lyrics Mom said, I'm not going nowhere in Cleveland Stadium might end up. Sheesh. Just don't go in the winter. We went during the winter game, and reports that morning was that it was going to snow, and it was like, wait, snow? This ain't going to be good. Temperature dropped from like 50 to like 17 before the game. Win games, the Benz will be filled. Shout out to Pamela Johnson, diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. God, Lyrics Mom, this is PG related. Lisa Shepard, whoever the Falcons called Rotimi, they messed up. I'm sure they probably deleted contact. They probably began text. Who is you? It's me, Rotimi. We talked about the song. Yeah. Falcons fans, 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz would be nice to do a Falcon song here in Atlanta. You gotta get somebody from Atlanta. You just can't go get no dude from like Jacksonville. Like, hey, cuz you got ancient parents from Atlanta.
No dude who's from New York and moved to Atlanta. I ain't know.
And please don't get no dude who's been seen on TV or on camera rocking a Broncos hat and a Broncos shirt, talking about he a Falcon fan. Talking about his homeboy play over there. Man, I know a lot of players in the NFL. I know players that went to multiple teams in the NFL that I went to school with. I ain't rock none of that shit.
Never.
Good friends with them. I know a coach from the Lions right now I'm good friends with. I ain't rocking no Lions shit. And I'll be in Detroit this year to dap them up and take a picture with y'all to show you I ain't doing that shit. But there's some people out here, they matching the goddamn shirt, with the shoes, and the socks. But a boy looking funny. That boy got the jacket and the shirt and the socks and the hat. Talking about some, nah, man, it's just for the style. No, it ain't.
No,
that ain't no fan shit right there.
Only time you'll catch me watching some Lion shit is maybe damn Barry Sanders. That's it.
They do have the Falcons chant, the old Georgia Dome one, where they put up the songs like dun 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 dun. And everybody's like that. F-A-L-C. Oh, it gotta be. I need to hear it. I need to feel it. You know what I'm saying? When it's not there, I gotta.
They abandoned it. It's not here now.
You heard the 12 from the moment kickoff started. It was like, Lord, do y'all ever sit down? Like, we ain't got nothing else to do out here in Pacific Northwest. Like, all right. So how they do it? That boy said T.I. As long as he's wearing Falcons gear.
Yeah, in the Saints gear, man. You gotta watch T.I.
Troy, a real one. He got cut him up. You might as well just let Troy do re-ready before the game starts. Just get a man a mic and just say, go do re-ready before the game starts.
Yeah.
But nah.
Shout out to Troy. He said, Lyric said, Patrick Troy is the one who reps the Falcons win or lose. Troy is real deal down south Georgia boy. Don't even talk about Troy's love for the dogs. Good
Shout
Lord.
out
Troy been rocking with the dogs since ain't no more playing GA.
Shout out Pastor Troy.
Since he was picking up the phone talking about where P at.
Where P at?
Falcon fans, let's get to this last bit before we get up out of here. How excited are you as a Falcon fan? We are days away from the draft, and this is not a draft where you're looking at the team like, oh my God, we need all these players because our team is just not looking good. This is a draft where every one of these players are joining because we just getting better, baby. We just getting better. Look at the offseason. Look who we brought in. A player like Kendall Ellis, you should be excited for. Tay Davis, we haven't even mentioned about too as well. Mac Hollins, we didn't talk about much as well. And we start moving up the ladder. Your Jesse Bates and your David Amiyati, your Calais Campbell. Some moves that was made. The extension. Chris Lindstrom. Resigning Carter. Some of the names you brought back. It's just excited. It's an exciting moment to see what the Falcons are doing now. And for you fans here in the chat to know that this draft this Thursday is big because these players are not like you have to go in there and help us win. Like we need wins. Oh my God, we need this player to be the greatest player. No, you have now a roster and team built that is exciting to see. These players coming in on Thursday is going to come over here and help this roster. They're going to help build this team. But what I've seen in the past 2 years is not what I've seen now. And this is days before the draft. I'm telling you how excited I am to see the draft on Thursday. Talk 2 hours of football with you guys and Bodie and Chase and some other Falcons fans. But this has got you excited. Kiara has said she has a fresh pair. Got my draws ready for draft night.
Shit.
And if you don't, for those of you that do not know, Kiara runs through draws like quick.
At least you know she got clean draws.
Watch this. Kiara, did you see the new bearded Drake London?
Oh, God.
He's looking like a cartoon character.
Oh, God.
From Space Jam. One time for the fan. How excited are you to see this team this season? How excited are you for draft night? We have a show Wednesday, and then we have our big show on Thursday. We're going to come here and start studying. I got my one time for the fan jersey over here, too, as well. Chase Bodie, yours is coming up this season too as well. But the one time for the fan jersey will be worn on Thursday. But we are ready to see this team. It's exciting. Every fan watching and listening to any podcast that's to do with the Falcons should just know that you're going to see a team that's going to fight and compete. And I ain't bullshitting with you. This team is ready to go. And we still have some months of football off season and training camp and rookie mini camp and undrafted free agents and who's going to make the 53, the preseason games. But coming week 1, you're going to go back to March. You're going to go back to February. You're going to go back to April and say, holy shit, damn, Terry and them built a damn good team out here. So how excited are you, Bodie 3000, for this season of the Atlanta Falcons?
I mean, shit, I'm already excited. Like, that's the thing. You can go into this season with this team that we have right now, and I'd be excited. Now we adding. This draft is almost seems like a luxury to be adding pieces and really fill out the team. We can fill out the team to a T with this draft. So, and we can really slam it out the park and really make us a top-notch team after this draft. So, like I mean, it's a luxury at this point. I mean, because our GM did A1 job with this offseason. He used his money.
What's happening, fan? Go ahead, Bodie. For those that's probably listening on the podcast somewhere in Canada, they're like, what the fuck are these guys laughing at right now? Bodie was just talking about something very important here.
Yeah.
We put comments on the screen all the time, but yeah, go ahead, guys.
Yeah. I mean, A1, like, look, the GM added so much. He added more to the team this offseason than I thought was possible. We just kept adding names, and then the Calais thing, I was like, oh my God, we can get him still after all these? Yeah, so, I mean, I'm excited. I'm even more excited. It's going to be an exciting week. Can't nobody piss me off this week. It's going to be a good week.
Falcon fans, this draft week, get your draft gear. Like Kenny said, he's going to be wearing his jersey this week. Get ready for Thursday. If you're sitting in your house, wherever you're going to be, just be ready for draft night. Chase, the question goes to you after this comment. Jack, just go make a song since you have so many talents.
Shit.
Have y'all heard me rap? Oh, y'all must don't know. We're from Atlanta, man. I could get back in the booth. I'm not at that age no more. I don't feel like doing it no more.
Get back in the booth.
If you want me to get back in the booth, I can. Hey Siri, I can make a couple of calls for you, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me know where you want me to go. You know what I'm saying? All the Falcons gotta do is just ask. But Justin Newman, if you want to hear some of what I've had previously in the past, when I was rocking shows out here at Apache and Shooter's Alley and some of these strip clubs, and I was out here, man. I was out here repping the city, man. You know what I'm saying? But I got some fire music. That was back in the day, though, man. That's like, when was that? I can't remember, man. Like 6 years ago.
Yeah. Then he woke up.
Sheesh. See, Bodie don't know. That was back in the time where I didn't really get a chance to speak to the janitor. I would just walk past him at the job. But gotta just talk. Yeah. Going to Pamela Johnson. I am excited. The organization did what I wanted to do to build my defense. Chase 1,000. How excited are you for this season? Bodie's excited. Kiera's Amazon slammed with orders of draws heading out to South Carolina. What is your take, Chase, on this season with the Atlanta Falcons? How excited are you?
I'm ready, man.
On it.
Just tag on.
I asked you like an hour ago. What are you talking about on it?
Just to add on what Bodie said, man, the team that we got, right now, I feel like is a competitor. So yeah, the draft is almost like a luxury just to have somebody that you know is going to add to your team and be another talent. Somebody that's going to improve this team to hopefully get that playoff push and this NFC title that we need bad. I know y'all want it just as bad as I want. So just to win the NFC South is a plus to me. To have a winning season, to have a winning record is a plus. So I'm excited, man. I'm just ready to see Falcon football, just to have some kind of football to watch, something to break down, something to talk about with you, all you Atlanta Falcon fans. So I'm definitely excited. I can't wait.
Falcon fans, we got a lot going on this week. We'll be back on Wednesday, definitely to talk more Falcons football. And of course, we want to talk about some Desmond Ridder. Because this time last year, Desmond Ridder, and we're going to go back and watch some of our podcasts too. I don't know if he was a name that we spoke about on day 2. So I'm going to go back and watch and see how big was Ridder, that talk on the podcast. But it's big to know that it's a year later. Ridder's now your starting quarterback. So on Wednesday, let's chat a little bit about Desmond Ridder. I know there's some fans in here that want to talk about QB1. And we're super excited to talk about QB1. And we have a big question to ask, too, about QB1. If he can't get the job done this season, what happens next? So we'll talk about that on Wednesday. But we're going to the chat here before we wrap it up because the chat is always lit. Lisa Shepard from Blogging Dirty is here, who I believe you'll be in Kansas City on Wednesday or Thursday. Lisa Shepard will be there. So shout out to Lisa Shepard, too, as well, who's always representing the Falcons. Does Darby retain a roster position? Hot take, probably 10-second answer or less. Chase, Bodie, for me. No.
I'll give you a quick rundown. I only say yes, only because of what he's done, special team wise for the past 2 years. Is what he's played as a role. He's one of those camp bodies, somebody that you can bring in, give a little competition. So you never know. It's just according to what they like in Darby, what he does special team wise. If they want to keep a roster spot filled for a special teams guy, they come and go every season. So you can do it.
If he want to keep a roster spot, he better learn a new dance and teach the team. That's all I know.
He's held it down the past 2 years. He's been on the team. He's getting the paycheck. So he's doing something right.
Shout out to him.
For me, answer is no. I think you're going to draft the wide receiver. That's probably going to have, after fans seeing 2 years of Darby, just more excited to say, hey, let's get this guy on the field. And it kind of pushes Darby back a little bit. And it kind of pushes Jared Bernhardt back too as well. Because now you're going to have Drake. You're going to have Mac Hollins. Cordell Hodge is still going to be listed as a wide receiver. He's probably going to be your 5th or so forth. But you're still looking at the way it's going to look.
Yeah, if you look at Hodge, that's what Hodge is doing.
And never know. Next thing you know, Hodge is out there week 1 against the Texans catching passes. Like, wait a minute, is that the gunner out there catching passes?
He got out there catching a couple passes last year. So.
But we see the team, for me, and there's different opinions. Chase gave his and Bodie gave his, and for me, it's a little bit different. I just think you're going to draft a wide receiver, and Falcon fans are going to want to see him more versus Darby being out there. I understand his energy, what he's brought to the team whenever he's out there. But then again, if you look at the flip side, what Ridder did last year to get him the ball or to try to get him the ball when he was in the game. shows a lot that maybe this is the new regime. Maybe this is the new way of the Falcons. And you have Jared Bernhardt and Frank Darby out there. Frank Darby's a terrific talent, and I want to see more of him out here with the Atlanta Falcons before they make a decision week 1. Maybe if you see him preseason week 1, preseason week 2, the kids lighting it up, and it's like, wait, we need a wide receiver 4. We need somebody here. We need somebody who can help with Scotty Miller. Maybe it is Frank Darby, but then the fans are going to say, what about Jared Bernhardt? So it's going to be a competition battle. I think the good thing about it is this year, the competition battles are not going to be at your 1 and 2. It's going to be mostly at your depth spot from your 3 and 4, or maybe your 2s and 3s fighting. But it's that starting position looks like they're getting their starters in place right now. I think you guys are kind of seeing it. And then they're building the depth. So there's going to be a lot of depth positions that's going to be competing in the offseason. And remember last year, Chase, we were talking about the center, the tackle, and the guard. And then Wilkerson won the guard, Darman won the center, McGarry won the tackle. I don't think you're seeing that this year. You're probably going to see that guard spot being fought for. Unless they bring in a big-name center to challenge Dahlman, that could be a situation. But if they draft Skronsky, then there's some things to watch out. Because Dahlman has to watch his position, and that left guard got to watch that position. Whoever, I think if it's Hennessy or Gasol, whoever. So there's a lot of scenarios that can play out here in the next couple weeks and months with the Falcons of depth and who's fighting and the competition battles. But wide receiver 3 and not 3, because Scotty Mills probably going to be 3. 4 and 5 is what I'm looking at. Cornerback outside of nickel, 1, 2, and 3 is good. Who's your 4 and 5? Safety 3, who is that? Tight end is like 7 of them in the room right now. Is it Hesse? Is it Rainey playing beside Jonnu, playing beside Pitts? Is it Frank's going to be on the roster? There's so much to go over here. But the good thing about it is your starters will be in place, I think, going to camp. So you know who your starters are, and then you can see your competition battles fight around there. But that's a good question right there, too, from Lisa Shepard about Darby, because it has us talking here on One Time for the Fan. And one thing we talked about, too, what we're doing here on One Time for the Fan.
Yeah, it got you talking. I said he going to do a dance and be done. We're going to dance
right
after. You've been talking.
Yeah. Bodie, 3,000. What I was going to say, what we're doing here on One Time for the Fan is going to be new is we're going to dedicate a part of the segment to the chat where we actually talk to you guys in the chat. A lot of times we can't respond right after the show or the next morning. So going over the chat here kind of gives us a chance to find out what's going on with you all. Bodie, Darby, I know you gave your little take on it too as well, but are you surprised if he does make the 53?
Yes, absolutely. I am. Okay, I am. Because, I mean, I'm not saying that the brother's talented. He's obviously there, okay? He's there. He's been around. He's been on the 53. He's made the team before. But, yeah, if he's on the 53, if he's on the 53 coming into the season, we lost him.
Hey, Xfinity? Yeah. I forgot to say, yeah, he's on the bill, too.
Shit.
Yeah,
I'll be surprised. Poor Chase. Chase said, stop talking about Darby.
We got you, Chase. I just called Xfinity.
Chase, your camera died?
No, my camera came unplugged.
Shit.
Darby over there sent that text like, what the, you guys talking about over there?
No, he said, stop talking about Darby.
Yeah. First time here on One Time for the Fan, we mentioned Darby. You should do the Darby counter now. We're up at least 10 times we mentioned Darby's name.
Yeah, we missed him a lot last year.
Hey, maybe this is the sign. Maybe Lisa Shepard just threw us the sign. Maybe Darby's on the 53.
Maybe my sandwich getting cold. Y'all keep talking about
not the grilled cheese. Yeah. Not the last piece of ham.
What He's not making a roster. No. Next. Shout outs.
One Time for the Fan, Justin Newman. So Jack, I can't wait to go to the away games this year. We had a hell of a time last year. Oh man, the away games are so fun. Shout out to the Rise Up Tour and every fan. If you've never been to an away game, Falcons fans, please take some time this year to throw some money aside and say, look, I'm going to go to an away game. What away game would I recommend? Read my mind, Chase. Read my mind, Bodie. What away game would I recommend?
The one that matters, New Orleans.
Yeah. Stinky Town. I don't care about any other game on that schedule if you're going to an away game this year. The one game that you should plan for every single year, and I'm talking about bring every single Falcon fan you know. I don't give a damn if the gardener, the damn mailman is a Falcon fan. You never met him. Hey, cuz, you a Falcon fan? I know you've been delivering my mail for 10 years, but now it's the first time I'm going to talk to you. You a Falcon fan? You got to bring everybody. New Orleans, you have a great time down there in New Orleans. And I ain't talking about the damn inside the game. I'm talking about before you get to the game. I'm talking about when you arrive on Canal Street, when you get into your hotel, get into your Airbnb, you seen all the festivities, you seen everybody party, and then tell them, Chase, once you unpack and put your stuff down, you don't even think you unpack. You just put shit in the room and just go right back outside.
Threw the suitcase down and started hitting the street. It's a lit experience, man. If you've never been to a away game, New Orleans is the one to go to.
Never been to a away game?
Love the city.
I'm telling you, Falcons fans, Rise Up Tour. We have a lot going on this year. Please look out for the Rise Up Tour because we're just finna go. We're finna get crazy this season. We're going to New York. We're going to Arizona. We're going to Chicago. We're going to Carolina. We're going to Jacksonville. We're going to Stinky Town. And then, am I missing one? Oh, Tennessee.
Lit.
Falcon fans, I've been to 3 away games, Tennessee, Carolina, and Pittsburgh. Jabri, you gotta up that number, man. I think I'm on 19 this year. But Chase, you're at 1.
Yeah.
Bodie, you're at 1.
Plan to make at least 2 this year. At least 2 away games this year.
Shout out to my good friend Denise Moore. I know a lot of y'all know Denise Moore, big diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. She's on 36. I think she's doing the second circuit. Shout out to Joy Burley too as well. I think she's on her second circuit. I think Thomas Scott is on 31. But don't forget, people got to go to the London. If you're going to count everything, London, Germany is now opened up. Mexico has now opened up. And, of course, that Raiders Stadium too. But don't forget, we play Las Vegas next year in Vegas. So that's going to be big as well. So Falcon fans, save up for the Vegas game. We got a lot going on when it goes to that. Jeff Wolf is in here. 26 different cities for Jeff Wolf.
Shout out to Jeff.
So as you can see, these are Falcon fans who definitely know about not only the Rise Up Tour, but when you go to these games, what it's like. The preparation to get your stuff together from packing. Are you driving? Are you flying? Where are you staying? Who are you meeting up with? Your itinerary. Where is dinner? What time's the meet and greet? Where are fans going here? Where are fans going there? That's why the Rise Up Tour is like your one-stop shop. Everything's in the group. You know what I'm saying? Everything's in the group. Jabri Harper said, got to hit New Orleans this year.
Yes, sir. You already know we all going to meet up and have a good time.
I expect to see you there, sir.
Jack, Justin Newman, last comment said, Jack, which garden are you going to take, Chase or Bodie? Which one cut the yard the best? So here's the thing about
long as Justin pulls up with the cooler, I'll do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Just have him pull up. I need the Gatorades on ice.
So here's the thing, Justin Newman, and this is the thing about your yard.
That's funny,
people treat their yard like, definitely like it's their house, and you want it to be nice and neat. Chase got the riding lawnmower, and I got a big yard, right? So
zero return.
Bodie come out there with that doggone, the one that's good for like the sidewalk, and I'm like, cuz it's like an acre back here. How you gonna get this done? He talking about that's why I got here at 6. I said, but you woke my neighbors up and shit, guys. It's 6 a.m., bruh. But Chase come out there 11:30, 1:30, done, and it's like
30 minutes.
It's like brand new. But then again, I must say, you got to help.
Nobody does the edges like Blue Man.
You got to help Chase lift the lawnmower off the truck. He don't come with nobody, so then I got to use my manpower to pull this 375-pound machine off the back of his 93 Blazer with the top cut down. I don't know how you made it into a pickup. Bodie 3000 come over there. He got the equipment. He can do it by himself. He just take all day. So the question goes to you, Bodie. What you got?
What?
Just bullshit now. Just bullshit.
Rip me.
Oh shit. One time for the fan, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. We had a lot to go over. Talk some Falcons football with y'all. We'll be back on Wednesday at 8 p.m., not 8:30, 8 p.m. to talk Falcons football. It will be our 98th episode here on One Time for the Fan. Bodie has been through it all. 99 will be on Thursday for the draft party. And then our 100th episode will be Monday, May 1st, with our special guest, Mr. Myles Garrett from Fox 5 Atlanta.
Blue check.
Once again. Oh, he's official blue check. He ain't paid for it.
He probably gold
Once
check.
again.
They're taking blue check.
Well, he did work for Paramount, too. This guy's a big timer. He's a big time now.
Movie star.
Here's the thing, Falcons fans. You guys love when Myles Garrett is here on the podcast from Fox 5. Last time he was doing it, remember DJ Shockley walked by in the back, like, "Yo, Shockley, hey, Shockley." Remember that? Sometimes he does it from Fox 5, sometimes he does it from the house, but I like when he does that at Fox 5 because people probably walk by like, "Oh, who are those podcasters over there, Myles Garrett?
Yep.
What do they do?"
Yep.
It's good when you have Myles Garrett on the podcast, but he's covered the Falcons for a very long time, and he's done it very well. A lot of you all have questions for Myles after draft weekend. He will be here to talk Falcons football on Monday at 8 p.m. with you all. Myles Garrett from Fox 5 Atlanta, executive producer, super producer from Fox 5 Atlanta. Of course, Myles works with Tori McElhaney. Myles works with Kelly Price. Myles works with DJ Shockley. Anybody who walks through that Fox 5 doors, Myles works with. Justin Felder, too, as well, I believe. So, Falcon fans, stay tuned for Monday night, 8 p.m. We have Myles Garrett from Fox 5 Atlanta, executive producer, joining us. After that, it's back to our regular schedule programming every Sunday, unless something breaks with the Falcons that needs to be talked about. But we just thank you for all the support. We are wrapping up a year here on One Time for the Fan. And it's funny, Bodie, how all the episodes turned into a year as we started the podcast. How everything has worked together. Where our first podcast together was the draft night a year ago. And our 100th episode is pretty much Monday, but the 99th episode is right here on draft night. So it's so funny how everything was like right there next to each other. Worked out well. So Falcon fans, you can see we're consistent. We're going to keep going. We're going to do the best we can to bring as much content to you all. Hashtag the one-timers, hashtag the fan club. We do this content for you all. One Time for the Fan is for the fan, from the fan. So that's what we got here. That's the upcoming events. That's the shout-outs. Chase, 1,000. What you got for us, brother? Birthday boy.
Yeah, man, I just want to give a shout out to everybody that's tuning in tonight.
Keep looking at that bottle. It's good. It's good. It's going. You're gonna finish it.
It ain't going nowhere.
You over there look at the bottle. They over there still talking out, baby. That old whiskey.
Give a shout out to everybody that's commented on the comments tonight, man. That's tuned in, talked to us, gave us their opinion on the draft and whoever they think we may draft. Y'all gave us subjects to talk about, so. We give a shout out to everybody that subscribed to my YouTube channel the past few days. Shout out to y'all. Couple 12 in one day. So, shout out. Check me out. It's Chase _ at ATL. Shorts on players, the people that we may draft. I may even do players that we already have breakdowns on players. So.
Chase's shorts is what the hell? Chase's shorts is going crazy right now, like stupid viral. So shout out to Chase for all
so is your vocabulary is going crazy right now.
Yeah, and shout out to Bodie because he's the one who brought up one-timers. That's Bodie's right there. So,
I told him he want to use both because he want his fan club in there too.
But
it's one-timers.
When the contract's over, he can take the one-timers with him. But now I'm just go ahead.
One-timers, y'all.
No, man, just shout out to y'all. Shout out to a great podcast as usual. And shout out to draft night coming up this week, man. We about to get a future Falcon for life, hopefully. Somebody that's going to come in here and make an imprint on this team. So I can't wait.
Bodie 3000, any shout out, sir?
Shout out to all the one-timers. Shout out to all y'all, man. Everybody in the chat, everybody who been supporting us since almost a year to the date that we started, that I got on here and got in front of you guys and just started yapping about the Falcons. Started acting stupid, whatever. You know how I do. Just shout out to this year anniversary. Just shout out to the growth of this podcast. Shout out to us growing every day as individuals. and just shout out to the team growing and getting better. So that's a big deal. Um, yeah, um shout out to Chase, man. Happy birthday. I ain't gonna make no side joke. I ain't gonna make no side joke today, man. About you cutting something. But but yeah, just man, I don't know, just enjoy the rest of your birthday. It was crazy. Last Sunday my birthday and this Sunday that's I didn't even know that. What the hell? I should know that. I feel like I should know that. But yeah, man, I can't wait to the draft. I can't wait. I cannot wait. So
Falcon fans, we are lit. Red Swarm might have thought of something. He said, put your ones up in the chat. So I know you can use the emoji, hashtag one timers, hashtag the fan club. But if you want to throw your ones up in the chat too, that is definitely a good thing to do too as well. So use the emoji to throw the ones up. Shout out to Red Swarm, who also helped me on the Ogundeji. How you like that one, Red Swarm? Ogundeji. Yeah, remember that one? Ogundeji. Remember that?
I know you remember that.
Almost a year ago. You see?
About a year ago. Yeah.
You see Red Swarm?
Didn't even know how to say his name.
That's how these fans work out here for one time for the fan. Lisa Shepard said, shout out to the draft. Shout out to the one-timers. Ramel is up in the chat. He said, man, I love my goddamn Falcons.
Oh, my goddamn Falcons too, bro. Yeah. Absolutely.
Pamela Johnson got the one-timers up in there. Ooh, got the one-timers in the chat. Oh, they found the emoji. Ooh, they found the emoji. Sure. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Boy, where you been? We're good.
Boy, one-timers.
One-timers. Man, we got the emoji. I'm trying to start making some shirts, Bodie. We got the emoji. You got hashtag one-timers, hashtag the fan club, and shout out to everybody who's here tonight. Thank you for being a part of the podcast. Don't forget, you can listen to this in the next 15 minutes at 10:30. We load it up on Spotify and we load it up on Anchor, which goes to like 9 different platforms, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff's included. So definitely tune into us at 10:30 if you want to listen to it again, or catch us on YouTube. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit the subscribe button. This show is preparing y'all for draft because we got about 2 hours close on draft night, and I think we're at 1:45 right now, an hour 45. And this was around draft time last year when the Falcons made the pick, and they're at 8. So be prepared on Thursday, Falcons fans. Don't just sit there and say, "Oh, draft starts at 8. Falcons pick at 8. Oh, cool. We'll be done at 8:30." No, we won't. No, we won't. They'll go into the 6th pick like around 9:15. Like they stretched it out. The pick goes in at 10. You see the 10 minutes, 9 minutes, 8 minutes. It gets down to 1, and then you see Goodell walking to the podium. Oh, hold on. Put the 10-minute timer back on the clock. I forgot something. He walks back to the back, goes to change the tire. Whatever.
Oh man, hold on. We gotta go change the diapers.
Yeah, one time for the fan. Falcon fans are lit. You already know. Oh, Ramel going ham. He put the 1 with the clock. He says it's one time. He's going ham.
Man. Hey man, appreciate y'all supporting.
He's a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan.
Appreciate y'all.
Kind of like your show starts at 8. Jeff Grove, you was at camp at 2 in the morning for a goddamn 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
I just need you to hold my spot for me, Jeff. Make sure I got a spot.
Damn, Jeff Wolf, if you don't make me flip this guy, Jeff Wolf, I swear, if they select Luke Van Ness, Jeff Wolf, Jeff Wolf sometimes. No, I'm just playing. Jeff Wolf, diehard Atlanta Falcons fan. He would probably be here Thursday night.
Arthur Fist.
Yeah. Don't forget, Falcons hosting the draft party at Atlantic Station for those who want to hang out. Draft party, Atlantic Station. It's not just for season ticket holders. It's for everybody. Wear your colors. Don't be like that Saints fans going to be standing in the crowd full of Falcons fans talking about, y'all don't like the pick. Don't be that guy. Show up wearing your Falcons colors. Turn up. Keep rising up, doing what you do. And we'll be back, y'all. See y'all on Wednesday at 8.
Out.
Yeah. Got you. Yeah. You saw that was so boy getting quick out here. That boy getting quick out here. Jeez.
Slow as dirt.
Yeah. Red Swarm said, nah, he is going to the lyrics draft party. That's the last comment for the night.
Peace out.
Jeez. One time for the fan. We'll see y'all back Wednesday at 8 o'clock. That's why we have Falcon fans in here. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's just enjoying the moment. We're excited to be Falcon fans because we know the change that was coming is here. Now let's go out there and get the job done. See y'all Wednesday, 8 o'clock.
Rise up,
Bodie 3000,
rise up.
Chase 1000.